Communication and Networking. Its subject code is 1618502 according to your SBT syllabus. Today I am going to teach you unit number 4. Its name is Multi-Channel Data Communication. And in this, I am going to teach you two types of multiplexing. First is known as FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing, and TDM, which is also known as time division multiplexing. So let's talk about this video. This is my name and my designation. So before going deeper into the video, let's discuss the important contents that we are going to discuss in this video. First of all, I will let you know about multiplexing. Then I will teach you about types of multiplexers. After that, I will teach you frequency division multiplexing, which is also known as FDM. After that, I will teach you basically how it works. Later on, I will also give some idea about telephone system, then diagram of your FDM, time division multiplexing, and after time division multiplexing I will try to give some historical story of time division multiplexing. I will also teach you about technology which is used in time division multiplexing, which is also known as TDM, some application examples, and later on I will try to accumulate all the above topic in summary, and certainly at last I will give you references. So let's start with the video with the first topic, that is what do you mean by multiplexing. So it is a multiplexing is the process of combining multiple signals into one over a shared medium. So whenever we want to transmit some signal, we have to multiplex the signal, because input signal is not one, it is a combination of various signals, right? So if analog signals is multiplex, it is analog multiplexing, and if it is digital signals are multiplex, then it is known as digital multiplexing. So whenever analog signals are multiplex, it is known as analog multiplexing, and similarly for digital it is known as digital multiplexing. The process of multiplexing divides the communication channel into several number of logical channels. So not physically, logically, multiplexing means we are dividing the channel into various logical channels, and what we are basically doing, allotting each one of the different message signal or a data stream to be transferred. That means we are providing the different types of input signal for the different message signal. The device which does multiplexing is known as MUX. MUX means multiplexer, right? Multiplexer is also known as MUX in short, and the device which is used for demultiplexing is known as DMUX or demultiplexer. So let's talk about what are the different types of multiplexer. So multiplexers are basically maybe analog or digital, right? And further they may be divided into three parts, that is frequency division multiplexing, time division multiplexing, and wave division multiplexing. So this is the entire diagram of the multiplexer. Here we can show that this is the multiplexer, and this multiplexer is divided into two parts, that is your analog and digital. Further, analog may be divided into two parts, that is frequency division multiplexing, which is also known as FDM, and wavelength division multiplexing, which is also known as WDM. Digital is further subdivided into time division multiplexing, and there are two types of time division multiplexing. First is known as your synchronous TDM, and next one is known as your asynchronous TDM, right? Okay. So let's talk about frequency division multiplexing at first. So what is frequency division multiplexing? It is a technique by which total bandwidth available in the communication medium. So basically this technique is calculating, or it is concerned with the total bandwidth whatever available in the communication channel or communication medium, and it is divided into a series of non-overlapping frequency band. There are several bands, and these bands should not be overlapped with each other. That is the best part of your frequency division multiplexing. Each of which carries the separate signal. That means each of them will be entitled to carry separate message or broadband baseband signal. It allows the signal transmission medium such as a cable, fiber optics, or a shared by multiple independent signals. See, basically FDM are basically used in your wired communication channel, right? Okay. Another use of this is to carry the serial bit and the segment of higher rate signal in parallel. Frequency division multiplexing is very much used when we are using a large amount of segment which is having the higher rate, and it may be transmitted in parallel. The most natural example of FDM is radio and television broadcasting. As I have already told you that whenever we want to transmit massive data from one place to another place, we are using such type of multiplexing. Okay. So another example is cable television. Cable television means what? We are having television at our home, and we can watch so many cables, so many channels to one TV only. So how it is possible? This is possible by frequency division multiplexing, right? Okay. So next, FDM can be also used in telephone system. So basically it was used in your telephone system to transmit multiple telephone calls through high capacity trunk line. बेसिकली फ्रीक्वेंसी डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग का जो हमने जो इनिशियली काम किया था, वो काम या उसका यूज बेसिकली टेलीफोन कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम में होता था, एंड communication satellite to transmit multiple channel of data on uplink and downlink of the radio beams. So basically this FDM was basically used in satellite communication, where we can transmit the multiple channels of data, basically uplink and downlink of the radio beam. One important fact, that is DSL. Broadband DSL modem is used to transmit large amount of computer data through the twisted pair telephone lines. So whenever we have to transmit large amount of computer data, we will use twisted pair telephone lines. And analogous technique means, analogous means what? It is the synonyms, is known as WDM, which is used in fiber optics communication. Although WDM multiplexing I will teach you in the separate lecture, right? So multiple channels of data are transmitted over a single optical fiber using different wavelength of light. This is very important. That means what? If we are having large amount of data, these large amount of data is being divided into multiple channels, and these multiple channels are transmitted over a single optical fiber. We don't have to use several optical fiber. A single optical fiber is also self-sufficient to transmit this multiple channel of data which is having different wavelengths. Okay, so now let's see how it works. So basically the multiple separate information is also known as your modulation signal or baseband signal. It is or simply messaging that is sent over the FDM system. So basically message signal is sent over the FDM system, such as The video signals of the telephone channel are sent over the TV system. So TV system acts as FDM system, and that is why these type of message signal is also known as baseband signal. So information signal is known as baseband signal, and this is sent to be sent on FDM system such as TV system. At the source end, for each frequency channel, the electronic oscillator generates the carrier signal. See, as I have already taught you in the earlier session, baseband signal is not at all sufficient to travel by its own. It has to have carrier signal, and carrier signal is generated by the oscillator which is uh, attached at the sender end. The carrier has the higher frequency as than that of the baseband signal. It is very much obvious. And what we are doing in the modulator circuit, basically we are combining the carrier signal with the baseband signal so that it easily transmit from source to destination. The modulator alters some aspects of carrier signal such as amplitude, frequency and phase with the baseband signal. See, the carrier signal is responsible to take the information signal. It is true, but on what parameters the carrier signal will decide that it has to be carried, and what amount of amplitude has to be there for the carrier signal to easily transmit the or to easily carry the information signal. That is based upon three categories. One is your amplitude, second one is your frequency, and third one is your phase, right? Okay. So the result of modulating means, in a very simple way we can say, modulating means you are basically mixing the frequency of your carrier signal and what baseband signal. So if you are talking about the sum of the frequency, so it will be a fc plus fb as it is given here, and if it is it will be your difference. So at that time it will be calculated as fc minus fb. Here we should know one thing: fc is always greater than fb, right? Okay. The information from modulated signal is carried in the sideband on each side of the carrier frequency. So this is very important, that the information from the modulated signal is carried with the in the sideband. Information always carried in the sideband of the carrier frequency. So let's talk about telephone system. So in telephone system, for long distance telephone connection in 20th century, we are using L carrier, which is similar to the coaxial cable system carrying the thousands of voice circuit multiplexed in the multiple stages of the channel banks. See how telephone system work. Basically the telephone system is using L carrier, and this L carrier signal is basically used to carry thousand and thousand of the voice circuit which is multiplexed with the baseband signal and carrier signal, right? For shorter distance, cheaper band balanced pair cable were used, and they are including Bell system K and N carrier. So for shorter distance we can use Bell system K and N carrier telephone systems. Those cables which did not allow the large bandwidth, so only 12 voices means 12 voice channel means what? That only we are capable of using 12 voices at a time, which is also known as double sideband, and later we can use 24 signal band were multiplexed in 4 wires. So earlier we were using as 12 voice channel, and later on we are using 24 single band which is multiplexed into your 4 wires. And for that each direction with the repeater. Why here you using repeater? Repeater is used for amplify the signal so as to strengthen the signal while transmission, and these repeaters are being installed up within every 10 kilometers. So by the end of the 20th century, FDM voice circuits had become very rare, means we are हम लोग उस समय बहुत कम यूज करने लगे थे, एंड एट दैट टाइम two types of multiplexing has been used. First was used as time division multiplexing, which is also known as your TDM. In here, we are having some input signals, and these input signals are being combined with the help of mux. Mux is nothing but multiplexer. Here at the receiver end it is again carried out. That means carrier signal is being carried out from the message signal, and it is done by demux, which is also known as demultiplexer. These different frequency bands are logical, it's not physical, right? That means these frequencies are not overlapping with each other. This is frequency band 1, this is frequency band 2, 3 and 4. Right? So the whatever the input signal we are giving, the same output signal is also receiving at the receiving end. So let's talk about time division multiplexing. In time division multiplexing, basically the input signals are being transmitted over a single channel with having switches. These switches are basically your clock signals, which are synchronized with the input signal for the transmission, and these input signals are basically independent of traveling through transmission media. So in the communication process, basically these type of signals are used for digital as well as logical with two or more signals, right? Okay, basically time division multiplexing is used whenever we are having the bitrate of transmission which exceeds the digital which exceeds the signal to be transmitted, right? So whenever we are having the bitrate, the transmission medium, when it is having the bitrate higher, then this type of TDM is being used broadly. So basically this multiplexing was developed in telecommunication, basically in telegraphy system in the 19th century, and in 20th century, by the second half of 20th century, it was also used in your digital telephony. So let's talk about some historical aspects of your TDM. Basically, this was used for telegraphy to route multiple transmissions simultaneously over a single transmission line, right? Okay, fine. Next, the important thing was basically in 1870, Baudit developed TDM system first, of which was having multiple Hughes telegraph machines, right? Later on, in 1944, the British Army used wireless set number 10 to multiplex 10 telephone lines over a microwave relay, which was used for 50 miles, right? Later on, in this type of communication which is used by microwave system, basically it was used for your Long Island. The experiment TDM was basically developed in your RCA laboratories in 1950 to 1953. So what are the important technology that is being embedded in TDM is time division multiplexing is primarily used for digital signals. TDM हमेशा बेसिकली डिजिटल सिग्नल के लिए ही यूज किया जाता है. ये बात और है कि इसका हम लोग यूज एनालॉग सिग्नल्स के लिए हम लोग करते हैं, राइट? नेक्स्ट वन, द TDM इज divided into several recurrent time slots for the fixed length. बेसिकली टाइम डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग जो होता है वो टाइम डोमेन को लेकर के बना होता है, और ये टाइम डोमेन बेसिकली क्या होता है, अलग अलग टाइम्स में हम लोग एक फिक्स लेंथ का हम लोग टाइम स्लॉट हम लोग डिसाइड करते हैं, और ये सभी के लिए समान होता है, सारे के सारे चैनल के लिए एक ही होता है। लेट्स फॉर एग्जांपल कि ए सैंपल बाइट, अगर एक बाइट को अगर भेजना है, और if we want to send a data block of sub channel 1 is transmitted during slot number 1 and sub channel 2 is transmitted during time slot 2, right? Okay, so the TDM frame mainly consists of time slot per sub channel plus synchronization channel and sometimes error correction channel. So TDM frame is basically used for your error detection and error correction, which consists of basically time slot, one time slot per sub channel. Okay, and after last sub channel, error correction and synchronization, the cycle starts all over again with a new frame. जब पहले फ्रेम का सारा एरर करेक्शन और एरर डिटेक्शन या उसका सिंक्रोनाइजेशन कंप्लीट हो जाता है, तो ही हमारा नेक्स्ट फ्रेम हम लोग भेजेंगे। अदरवाइज क्या हो जाएगा कि ट्रांसमिशन चैनल के अंदर फ्रेम्स आपस में कोलाइड करके वो टूट सकते हैं या वो डिस्टॉर्ट हो सकते हैं। सो व्हाट आर द गुड एग्जांपल्स ऑफ योर दिस TDM? So basically, this synchronous digital hierarchy, that is PDH, is also known as PGM system, and in this, these are used for digital transmission of several telephone calls over same four wire. We are using four wired copper cable for multiplexing, and these wired four wire copper cables are T carrier or E carrier, right? And basically they are fiber optics, fiber cable that we are using in such type of circuit. We are also using SDH, which is also known as synchronous digital hierarchy, and we are also using SONET, that is synchronous optical networking, in this TDM, right? Okay, after that, this TDM is widely used in ISDN. What is ISDN? That is your integrated service digital network, right? Okay, now next, this is also very much used in transmitting audio signals such as in the form of your wave, and this wave signal, WAV signal, is also WAV format is also known as RIFF, which is especially a audio or voice data, right? Okay, so let's talk about summary that we have covered so far in this video. That is, multiplexing is basically the process of combining the signals into a shared medium. So what is multiplexing is basically, suppose we are having so many input signals, and these input signals will be combined to have or to make composite signal. Okay, so when the analog signal is multiplexed, it is known as analog multiplexing, and if digital signal is being multiplexed, then it is known as digital multiplexing. The process of multiplexing divides the channel into several logical channels. See, communication channel is only one, but logically it is divided into various parts, and very importantly, that their bandwidth are not going to overlap with each other. Each of these signal is used to carry some information or message or baseband signals, and that is why it is known as your carrier signal, right? This allows this allows a single transmission media such as cable or fiber optics to share by multiple independent signals. Basically, it is used in your time division multiplexing. So as we all know very clearly that carrier signal is always having a higher frequency than that of baseband signal for better transmission through the communication channel. Okay, so we are also using modulator circuit to combine carrier signal and baseband signal, right? Okay, so these are some important references. Some books are there, and after that, I have also given some this URL, and besides URL, I'm also giving some link of YouTube videos to excel or to enhance your knowledge for reading or for studying this particular topic. So thank you so much for watching this video.